Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is by any means. There go to Cash App, $ Deem by any means. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. We fan different, y'all. I am nothing like you Earthmen. Y'all can keep y'all Earthmanism away from me. All of that Earthmanism, keep it far away from Dean. I am by far the most consistent person when it comes to this boxing talk. By far, I don't bend, I don't switch, I don't break. I will not put the responsibility on the fighters that's being ducked over the other fighters that's doing the ducking. See, y'all want to talk about what Gervonta and Boots should do instead of talking about what Mario Barrios, Samantha Stanionis, Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko, what they should be doing. See, we are different type parents. Y'all the type parents that sit up there when the teacher tells you that your kid did something wrong, you attack the teacher. I'm the type parent going to hold my child accountable and actually find out who's right and who's wrong. Y'all the same people that tell black men what they should do when they get pulled over by police instead of telling police they shouldn't be racist. How about that? Because I ain't telling white men what they should do when they getting pulled over. You see the difference? Jaronennis has been ducked by a whole weight division and has been ducked by 3 or 4 fighters already at 154. Virgil Ortiz, Barenchek, Bud Crawford. That's just the name 3. If you asking me how they have ducked them, then that means that you're not following boxing and shouldn't even be asking me that question on how they've ducked them. You're not up to date enough. So keep your comments to yourself. I don't care who they fight. Gervonta Davis tried to fight the 2 best lightweights at his division this year in 2024. Neither one of them accepted the fight. Y'all say, well, Dean, we don't know that Tank sent the offer. We don't know that Tank sent the offer. And Shakur never said he didn't. Shakur said he was waiting to hear back from him, and that means that could mean a multitude of things. To hear back from negotiations, to hear back. Because remember they was talking about him and Williams Zepeda wasn't going to fight. Let's talk about what people said. Remember they were saying him and Williams Zepeda wasn't going to fight, and Oscar was sitting out there saying all of this stuff. And then now we hear an announcement that that's the second fight already agreed to. Turkey Ali Gashik put this out there, and Eddie Hearn already agreed to for him and Williams Zepeda. Shakur Stevenson is not available to fight. Oh, yeah, y'all. And how would Eddie Hearn be able to do a Gervonta Davis fight afterwards if Shakur Stevenson told him to not go after a Gervonta Davis fight? You know what that means? That Shakur Stevenson lied. He's not taking it on a fight-by-fight basis, and he has signed a multi-fight deal with Matchroom. That's what that means. Shakur Stevenson can't make that move and then complain about not getting the Gervonta Davis fight. I apply pressure where it needs to be. Lomachenko said he was spending time with his family. My man Knockout Boxing told me that Lomachenko been in the United States this whole time. That means the lie detector determines that was a lie. He told Shakur he'll fight him for free, but don't got that type of energy for Gervonta Davis. He's a duck. I don't care if Gervonta fight Pitbull, Ryu, whoever. I will not punish fighters who actually are trying to make the fight. I will not punish fighters who are actually the draw. I will not punish fighters who are actually being ducked. I'm going to punish the ducks. It's simple as that, and it's just as raw as that. It's funny how Shakur Stevenson fans can say Lomachenko would duck, admit that he ducked Gervonta Davis, but can't admit that Shakur Stevenson ducked Gervonta Davis. It's funny how that works. But then could admit that Williams Zepeda ducking him. Why Williams Zepeda ducking you if you ain't ducking Gervonta? Why? Because he ain't tried his hardest to get the fight made? You ain't heard back from Oscar neither, huh? Y'all want me to believe that PBC reaches out to fighters and just to not call them back at all? Shakur Stevenson ain't tell you who he was reached out to. He ain't tell you nothing else but what he told you. That's why I don't listen to that stuff, because Shakur Stevenson told you that Gervonta Davis not ducking neither. So I need to know, if he didn't hear back from PBC, how the hell do Shakur Stevenson know Gervonta Davis not ducking him? He hoping? That can't be true, because he said before he was ducking them. And if you're going to tell me that both could be true, then what that means is that I can't take nothing Shakur Stevenson says as facts, because he's allowed to switch up how he feels depending on the weather, like females. Is Tank ducking you, yes or no? If the answer is no, I don't want to hear nothing else about Gervonta Davis. Because that means that Shakur Stevenson ain't telling you something. He ain't telling the public something that he knows. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. What it is, Shakur Stevens, what it is, y'all, they were never fighting until 2025 in the summertime, like I've been telling y'all. Don't come to me and use my argument. Well, Dean, they try to set it up down the road in the summer of 2025. You're talking about that down the road that I told y'all this months ago? That I've been told y'all that this fight was never going to happen? I don't care what Shakur Stevenson said. I told y'all that, right? I think it was me, to all the Earthmen. Jaronennis is literally ducked by a whole weight division. Jaronennis literally was forced to sign with Eddie Hearn because the guys at PBC would not fight him. That's on document. And you haven't heard one PBC employee or anybody come out and say that Jaronennis was lying about that. How can I punish Jaronennis if Bud Crawford said again for the third time he's not going to fight him, whether it's at 154 or not? How am I supposed to punish Jaronennis? So the three champions at his weight division don't want to fight him. Terrence Crawford don't want to fight him. But Renchek said he don't want to fight him. And then Virgil Ortiz already ducked him at 147. And I guarantee Oscar won't let Williams Zepeda fight Shakur Stevenson. You really think he's going to let... We all know the answer to that question, right? And now, if y'all come in here and tell me you believe Oscar, then I'm going to just sit up there and be like, there you go, my Earthman. We fan different, bro. It's just simple as that. You want to place responsibility where it don't belong. But then, see, my thing is, if you're going to act like that, then you can't say Loma duck Shakur Stevenson. Then you can't say that Canelo's ducking David Benavidez. See, it can't be you could see a duck when it's fighters that you either indifference about or don't care about. But when it's somebody you kind of like, you're just oblivious to the duck. We fan different, bro. We fan different. Brian Norman ain't ducking Boots. Look at Boots. He got a $2 million from Mattress. That $2 million. So that would mean, let's say that's all Boots is worth. Was Eddie lied about how much he paying Boots, right? Then that means it damn sure was more close to a 50-50 split, and Brian Norman Jr. definitely ducked. But because y'all want interviews, but because y'all want to be cool with these fighters, I done seen YouTube channels switch up because they cool with fighters. They do not really want to go at them because they want them on their program. Y'all would never see me interview a fighter. I don't even want the interview because I don't want to be able to change up what I have to say. I like Shakur Stevenson, and I will call his ass a duck to his face. I don't care. But because y'all have people on your platforms and all that, I get it. You don't want to criticize the man. You got a relationship with the man. Say that. But don't say that people like me try to argue for the man. Like you don't know this stuff. And this is coming from people that I know better. You have people criticizing Gervonta Davis for years. Devin Haney's out the way. Now they get to miraculously see that everybody's ducking Gervonta all of a sudden because it's not Devin Haney no more. So do that make me any less right than I was when you was on the other side? People would tell me Brian Norman Jr. not ducking Jaronennis, but then it'd be the same people telling me that people are ducking Shakur Stevenson. I don't see how you can see both for the two. When Jaronennis has done better than Shakur Stevenson did in his hometown. Jaronennis technically is a bigger star than Shakur Stevenson is in Philadelphia on the East Coast than Shakur Stevenson is on the East Coast. They both recently had hometown fights against opponents that people really didn't want to see. And actually, I think Shakur Stevenson's opponent was a little bit better. Jaronennis did better than him in Philly than he did in Newark. That's just a fact. Just a fact, bro. It's just a fact, bro. We gonna go to 40, bro. Who was telling y'all? Who been telling y'all that Devin Haney shouldn't go to 147? Now he talking about he gonna stay at 140. I know you're going to stay at 140. You cannot beat nobody at 147. You're not strong enough. Not the top guys at 147. You can't beat them. Have y'all seen how the Montes Stanionis is built? He a bully the hell out of Devin Haney. I don't care who Gervonta and Jaron in this fight next, because all the rest of you fighters is ducks. Gervonta Davis literally tried to make a fight with two guys on the pound for pound list. I don't care if it's Ryu, Pitbull, Delis Santos, Kid Austin. It could be the trash man. I don't care, because I know for a fact that man tried to make fights with y'all happen. All I needed to hear was Shakur Stevenson say they was reached out to and that Gervonta Davis is not ducking them. That I know how to read in between the lines. All I need to hear from a Shakur who calls everybody else a duck, but Gervonta Davis not. After you called me one before, but before that said he wasn't, then I know Gervonta's not ducking you. Don't care what Shakur Stevenson fans say when Shakur don't even feel that way. Shakur Stevenson got all that energy for everybody else, but not Gervonta Davis. What am I supposed to do with that? I don't care who Jaron in this fight. You literally, it's funny. People say Brian Norman Jr. not ducking boots, but they was the same people that could see that Mario Barrios and Stanionis was. What is Brian Norman Jr. done that they haven't done besides go public? Earthman. You get it together in these boxing streets, man. I see how much needed I am out here. See, y'all want to be liked. I don't care about being liked. I care about being right. You want to be liked. I don't care about being liked. I care about being right. Y'all haven't proven me wrong about nothing on YouTube yet, and I keep telling y'all that. You had YouTube channels, y'all call me a fanboy. They get a check from PBC. They talking about Gervonta Davis like they was me. Now they can see Devin Haney fanboys is moist. Wad. Go check out how they talk about Gervonta Davis now, and then go check out their content 7 months ago about Gervonta Davis. You got YouTube channels out here calling me a fanboy. Meanwhile, they fanning so hard over Devin Haney, they taking up for Victor Conte. Even if you like Devin Haney, all you got to do is say, I love Devin. I just don't condone him being with Victor Conte. Y'all too scared to say that. You're an earth man. Same people can't see what Bill Haney does wrong, but they can see what Floyd Schofield and Brian Norman Sr. is doing wrong. Earthman. I'm Mr. Consistency. That's the difference between me and you. Y'all know what this is, though, right? Ding, by any means. And I holla at y'all.